Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of 30 Plus Click with Max and Yo Yo. As always, we are so happy that you have chosen this time to take a date with us. We forever, ever are grateful. Um, so, a bit of a housekeeping. If you could please like, subscribe, share this with your family, your friends, your community. Help us continue to grow this platform of 30 plus clickers where we have a community that support each other. Now that that's out of the way, I know that as we continue, as we're growing up, there comes to a place where sometimes we feel like we're working hard, we're doing everything that we know that we're supposed to be doing, or that we think that we're supposed to be doing, but the results are not coming the way they're supposed to come. Those are the times that can define you as a person. Those times are, can be incredibly frustrating. I don't know, Yo-Yo, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're doing everything right, you're doing everything good, you're doing the things that you're supposed to do, but the end result is not necessarily there. Like it's not coming, it's not sure. And in fact, there's no place in sight that the end result will come. I don't know if you've ever been there and how are you able to navigate such situation, because that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, okay, Max. I was just waiting for you to add to your comment that there was no result at all. So sometimes you can be doing something, at least you can get maybe 10% of results, 50%. And that could be very encouraging. But sometimes you can do everything you know how to do, but no result at all. I have been there multiple times, right? And so um, I would share this personal story. And so when I moved into Canada, and I came alone as international student, and that was very exciting, all the, energy, motivation,
Mm-hmm.
and all the immigration consultants that would have given you all the summarized timelines. And all you want to do is just to count your 40 days and not in the wilderness this time. And so I came in, I was excited, 50% excited, 50% with all the thoughts rushing in. I've put in my family application and I was just hoping that, okay, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 7 months,
Gosh,
no response. I
are
was
you
like,
serious?
absolutely. I was down. I lifted up myself by myself again. I could feel everything. But, at that point, I was like, okay, you know what? I think it is time to ask questions. So some of the things I started doing was to start talking. Personally, I'm a reserved person. I would do everything behind the scene. But at this point, I wanted answers. I wanted solutions. So I started talking to people that I know, whether they know the answers or not. But because I know if you keep quiet, you get nothing. But if you talk about it to the right people, they might not have the 100% of answers. They might be able to point you in the right direction. And so that is what I started doing. First, I connected with a friend at work. She's single. And so I was like, this is what I'm going through. She was like, I don't know about that process. I don't know how to help you, but don't worry. I would ask people. And nothing came forth for that conversation. I connected with my neighbor. I don't know. I'm a citizen. I don't know how to help you. I was like, okay. Well, I connected with another person again. Oh, this can be so frustrating, but I don't know how to help you. But I didn't keep quiet because I wanted answers, right?
Mm,
And the last person I connected with, and she was like, oh, I am very young. I don't know what this means, but I can ask questions. And so she
mm,
took it upon herself. She went to her classmate and she asked about, hey, you came from Nigeria, right? She said, yes. And the last time we talked about it, you said your family was in Nigeria. Is that correct? She said, yes, but now our family is here. So like, okay, I have my friend that's at that point. Please, can you help? And that's how she connected me to another person that I don't know. And that was how I got the breakthrough and I got the solution. And my family later connected with me and we reunited. So imagine I downplayed on people like, oh, you cannot help me, or I kept it to myself and just started fighting over myself, my dear, it would have been a long journey. So a number of things forced me to speak up. A number of things forced me to seek help and seek solution. One, I was in a place where I was really frustrated. So when
Mm,
you're making progress and doing everything, it is okay to feel that frustration. It is very okay to be a little bit depressed and demotivated, and you just want to give up. A number of
mm,
times I was like, maybe I should just buy ticket and run away. So
mm, mm,
all thoughts would come, but rather than stay at that point of the thoughts that will not lead to the answer, move on to the next thoughts. Process each thought. And if it will not lead to where you're looking for answers, trash the thoughts, pick up another thoughts. Your mind would always pump the thoughts. So if you're at that point where you're frustrated, that's okay. It's part of the success story and it's part of the success journey. So at that point where I was frustrated, I started asking questions because I know they were beyond me. And at the point where you're asking questions, don't underrate anybody. Your
mm.
solutions and your answers can come from anybody. So don't just label people out. At least let them label themselves out by their response, and that shouldn't discourage you. And if you get 10 responses that did not add value to you, don't worry, move on, keep talking, right? But not talking about it at all, it's a problem. And also, there is another way you can talk about it from a place of sincerity. You have to be sincere,
Mm.
not lying to yourself. You can lie to others, but don't lie to yourself. And also another angle where people create some form of frustration for themselves, it's when they start to compare. Really, Max,
Mm.
I was making that application. I met some student that said, "Oh, my family, we submitted application in 1 month. We reunited." I was like, "Really?" Another one, "Oh, they just came last week." Oh, really?
It's
So
like, why is my own different?
absolutely, I felt so frustrated at what's going on. I went to start praying, now pray, do everything, but see, my journey was very different. I was not distracted by the fact that some people, their family united with them in 1 month, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. So that did not put a pressure on me because I just told them, the God that has done your own will do my own. So, but I did not stop at that point of frustration. I also learned that somebody told me that a lady could not take it after waiting for 7 months. She packed her bag and went home. She went back to Nigeria. So that different
Mm.
stories and different journey. Frustration is real. But please, girl, hang in tight. Answers is on the way.
I think as I'm listening to you here, I think that one of the things that resonate with me is sometimes not everybody's path to success story is the same. You know, like your journey to reunite with your family was the long, the long journey. But it was a journey that you went through. And now, if you meet somebody else who happens to be in that situation that is going through that journey that you went through, the long route, you would be able to guide them, you would be able to direct them, and you'll be able to help them in their journey because you've been there. You know what it takes to come out of it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because, like you said, a lot of the first people that you connected with, they didn't know how to help. So sometimes that we are in a situation that we're going through, it might not necessarily be for us, Sha, because like we go through it and we get the experience. And then, whenever we find ourselves in similar circumstances or we meet somebody who is in a similar circumstance, we know how to help. So I don't know if that makes sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense because when we go through journey, beyond the experience, we build love. To show love. So I'll tell you another story. You know how you would go to another country and you would need to convert your driver's license to that country.
Mm,
And so
I
I had
still haven't done mine.
I had my friend in UK and she would always tell me, Yo, I went to write the exam and I failed. I was like, are you a lodo? Like you don't know anything. Why are you failing? First one, she failed. Second one, she failed. I was like, try now. Try very well. You should be able to. You're a smart girl. Nigeria know the carry last. Everything.
Aspa.
When it was my turn, the first one, I failed. I was like, what? What is going on? The second one, I quickly rushed, booked another one. I failed the second one. By the third exam, I was very humble. And so I walked into that exam hall with all humility I could ever imagine, and I passed it. And I called her and said, girl, sorry for lashing at you. Then somebody that came and he went to write the exam. He failed the first one. And what I said to him was like, don't worry, just pay a little bit of attention and it's okay, you'll be fine. You'll pass it the second time. Just try again. If I did not go through that experience, trust now, Abby. So the experiences teaches us and also help us to express love to others.
Honestly, it made you to be able to. I think that's what your word there, express love. But it also made you to be able to understand this lady's, situation. Like, oh, she felt this. I'm like, when you go there, you feel your own too. But like, hey, this is not joke at all. And so, regardless of where we find ourselves, and I think that that's kind of one of the major takeaways is like experiences are always there. We just take the lessons, take the growth. It's very, very frustrating. And I think just to add to a bit of the point, this is kind of why we wanted to start this community here on Spotify or wherever it is that you're hearing us from. We wanted to start this 30 plus click because we know that it is not easy. Adulting is one of the things that you go through without being prepared for. Like there's no stats, there's no manual. You just find yourself one day you're someone's child, next tomorrow they're calling you uncle and auntie, and you're like, how did we get here? But in forming this community, we can all rally around and encourage each other, and talk to each other and share stories of how we've overcome. Because guess what? You might be in a situation right now where it's not looking like there is light at the end of the tunnel. But I promise you, if you stay the course and, grind it out, or like Yo-Yo said, connect with other people, talk about it. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. Share your problems to people. Let people know what you're going through. You will start to see that light at the end of the tunnel. So I guess we've come to this section of today's meeting when I asked you guys, have you ever been or are you going through a situation that doesn't really look like much, that you're putting in all the effort, that you're putting in all the skill or everything that you know to do, and it's not working out and you don't think that there's going to be any result? Are you currently there? Share your stories with us. We would like, or share your stories with each other in the comments or however in the reaction section, share them. And if you guys could take the time to, encourage one another in the comments, we would really appreciate it. Let us continue to grow and build ourselves in this community. But that's it from us today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, continue to share. Let us make this thing a movement. 30 plus click movement. Let's make it a movement. Continue to share with your connections. Continue to share and bless people with this. But until next time, bye.
Bye.